Good evening. We've got to wake this group up. It's nice to come to an Oracle reunion. It seems going back in the old days, it seemed like IBM had the influence with executives, but it seems like the influence of Oracle is just, hey, this is tremendous here. And so a lot of the people I met at the reception are from Oracle. And for our honoree tonight, Ray, it just shows the influence you've had in developing executive talent, including one of our guys, Mr. Steve Perkins, who's here tonight. Yeah. So I could read the script, or I could just talk to you for a while. I'll talk. All right, I'm from Washington, D.C., okay? And we're sort of like the disaster center or epicenter for the universe, it seems. Back in April, we had a government shutdown almost. It really hurt our business badly, revenue-wise, and you guys would appreciate that. Then we went into the so-called debt discussion, debt crisis, sort of like a self-induced, self-inflicted wound. But that was sort of the man-made piece of it. And I think the Lord must have been looking down on Washington, D.C., and he said, guess what? We had an earthquake. Nothing new for you folks out here. You deal with it regularly. But back in Washington, that earthquake, the ground moved, because I know. I was on the fourth green of my club, getting ready to putt. Looked down, the ground shook. Ball moved, cost me a stroke. And then that was followed by a hurricane week after that. And then thinking about this, I said, if those fools on the Hill in this administration don't get their act together, it looks like the locusts are coming next and the plagues after that. So hopefully the super committee that's been charged with getting our fiscal affairs together going forward will really address things. But I want to talk a little bit about TechAmerica. About 5 years ago, we started out with a strategy to do some industry consolidation. And for a number of our member firms, they were paying a lot of dues to different organizations, and they said, hey, this doesn't make sense. So we put together a strategic plan to consolidate a number of organizations. And that's how we really come together to create TechAmerica. I'm a legacy ITAA guy, Information Technology Association of America. We had GEIA, we had John Thompson Cybersecurity Alliance, and then, of course, AEA, which is where this dinner came from. And this is my fourth one here, so this has really been a treat coming to the Valley, because this Valley is noted for, of course, the Valley with a heart, but knowledge and information and, of course, innovation, which will drive technology, what we need in this country. So we're looking to the Valley to continue to drive things. I watched Eric get beat up on the Hill last week. He did a great job, and Google, I guess, is still moving out there despite what the fools on the Hill want to do to you. Now, one of the things that we picked up in this merger was in a foundation. And we have a TechAmerica Foundation, which is the sponsor for this event. And it's really opened up a lot of things for us organizationally, because the foundation is all about research and education and training. And so all of our events are really sponsored by this foundation, and including a lot of the things that we do in the thought leadership area, including some of the commissions. And one of the things that we were able to do is, because of our position in the industry, is get the attention of the White House. And so our organization has been the major conduit for working with the White House and the Office of Management and Budget, making management changes or driving directions for the federal government. So the first thing we did was talk about technology management, and we put together a commission around that. And we thank our member firms and sponsors for putting that together. And believe it or not, it led to a 25-point plan that lays out the direction for management of technology in the federal government. And the only organization recognized is TechAmerica there. That was then followed by our Commission on Cloud Computing. And this is where Marc, our honoree last year, has been a leader, where cloud computing is very important part of changing the dynamic out there, where we were looking at not only at government, but also commercially. So Marc, thank you for your leadership. And it's going to change the way a government does business in particular because, as you know, with the budget crisis, we're going to have to do more or less. A lot of hosted environment, shared services, a lot of things that business, it's just got to change because we just can't afford to do it the way we used to do it. And a week or so ago, we launched the same thing with cloud computing with state and local government. So a lot of thought leadership coming out of this organization with the help of the member firms and the sponsorship of the member firms. Now, one of our key guys, and Dan mentioned it, is Phil Bond. Phil Bond basically is moving on to, I guess, the greener pastures. Phil's going into political consulting business with a partner that he's known for a long time, and rather than just starting from scratch like a lot of you folks in the room here, he's got a book of business that's pretty strong. But Phil was instrumental in leading us over the last several years and implementing that strategy that led to Tech America today. So he's not here, but would you please give Phil Bond a hand? So where do we go from here? Where do we go next? It's more of up to you, because this organization has gone through a lot of growing pains in the last several years. And we need your help, not only in your dues, sponsorships, but also your people and your ideas. So we have Dan Varuni, a new acting CEO, comes in at the right time. We have board meetings this week to get organized, and looking forward to really a great 2012. And I think we got the luminaries here tonight. You can't get a better head table than what we have here, and we thank you, gentlemen, for your support. And most importantly, the spouses. Now, Ray, I want to know one thing is, when you walk out of here after you go through your program, is how many cars are you going to sell? Because he's got the model right out front there, and I know he has, coming out of Oracle, he's got to have some salespeople there. But Ray, we're honored to have you here tonight and recognize you as an industry leader. So I'm going to turn it back to Dan to start the awards program. Thank you.